Hey guys, happy Sunday. So on this beautiful Sunday, I'm going to show you guys how I load up a project for the week. I have a big ductless project I'm doing this week, and then at the end I'm going to show you how I price it. So stay tuned, I think you'll enjoy this one. Alright guys, tomorrow is day one of my 6-zone my 6-zone Bosch. I don't know why I said Mitsu. I'm going to leave the heat pump here and get all my indoor heads loaded up, get my line sets loaded up, my communication cable, get my drain pipe strapped up on top of the truck, and get it started. Let's get the truck loaded up. As you can see, I got some cleaning and organizing to do first. It's after helping my brother with his stupid plumbing stuff last week. All good now. Should be able to get all my wall units in there. I really need to do something about this shelf over here, but it is what it is. Alright, let's load these guys up. Like I said, I got 4 6Ks, 2 9Ks. For a fairly small house, but I have it designed right, so it's going to work well with 2 3-zone 27K Bosch max performance units, not Mitsubishi. And I got my little R8 RSH50 surge protectors here, so one for each heat pump. Alright, I went ahead and stacked all the 6Ks, or sorry, all the wall units, 6Ks and 9Ks in the back here. I got plenty of room. I'm going to get the heat pump on here too, probably. Get my line sets, my cable, my drain pipe and everything. Yeah, I like this truck. Alright, I got the heat pump all loaded up. Got my line sets on there. You know, the beautiful thing about this project is that the entire project is 3/8 and quarter copper. Makes my life so easy. I don't know if you guys have seen these things before, but they're the little adapters for connecting 3/4 PVC to your wall units on your mini splits. Tapers down so you can fit different sizes, but usually on the Bosch I'll just cut this one off. It'll glue onto there, and then I can glue my my 3/4 PVC onto this end. So works out pretty damn good, and they're going to be buried in the wall, so we want to make sure that they are mechanical connections and glued. And along with those guys, I got one for every unit, even though I probably only need them for a couple, because most of them are going out the back outside. I got my line hide pieces here, and I got a fresh box of line hide there because I'll have quite a bit of line hide for this project. So yeah, moving along. All right, we're looking pretty good. We got our line sets and everything in there. Got my hand truck, got my line hide stuff, and then, you know, I can't stress enough, you want to make a nice mechanical connection inside the wall. These are the guys to use. You can get them at Gensco, Johnstone, most of your HVAC distributors. So alright, let's clean up some of this mess. I got all my boxes all cleaned up there. I got my PVC up there on the roof, you can see. Strapped down nice. Got my ladder thrown back in there. We're all ready for tomorrow. I'm going to do now, on my typical HVAC Sunday here, I'm going to organize up all these new capacitors I got, get them into my pack out. I need to stock up my electrical pack out with some new stuff I got. Get that all organized in there. And yeah, typical Sunday, trying to get ready for the week. Alright guys, so as far as capacitors, I keep probably 3 each or so of 5, 7.5, and 10s for my fan capacitors. I don't run across on my dual capacitor, I don't run across 20/3 or 25 5s too often, so I just keep a couple of those. But I keep tons of 30/5s, 35 5s, 40/5s, 45 5s, and a couple of 55s. And that usually does everything I need. If I run across an old train or something, I do have a 70/5 down here, and then other places on my truck I do have some other odd ones that I run into every once in a while, but I keep pretty good stocked up on my capacitors. I only have so much room on my truck, so it gets one pack out, and then I got a couple other ones just kind of rolling around. So that's how I do my capacitors. Let's organize my electrical bin. I'll show you that. All right, close your eyes on this because this is pathetic. Let's fix this. All right, that's a lot better. So, you know, I keep my ring terminals here for my grounds, mainly for my mini splits. I got assorted lock rings here, some orange wire nuts for when I have 3 or 4 low voltage wires to group together. I can also do it with my Wagos here. My beautiful monkey butt through the cabinet grommets. I sprinkled some of the smaller ones in here. I use blue wire nuts the most, so I got 2 bins of those. Got some regular ones for my line voltage stuff, some larger ones if I need to group 3 or more together. Staples, when I run my thermostat wire in a crawl, I staple it up nice and clean. Some assorted fuses. I got my 3E5 and my 5 amp fuses in a different place, but you get the gist. Looking pretty good, looking pretty organized. Throw this back on the truck. All right, one thing I need to throw back on the truck since I'm doing a mini split this week is all my mini split stuff. I got my Black Max flaring tool, my Black Max torque wrench, some cutters, backer wrench for when I'm torquing stuff. I got all kinds of reducers, flare reducers and stuff for different types of equipment. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you have them, sometimes you don't. Rubber pads if I need to level something up, some pads, Teflon tape, my Nylog Blue, of course, and just some other sprinkled stuff that I keep in there. But throw this on the truck, and then I'm going to show you guys one more time how I price these jobs and why I'm very profitable when I do it. So let's load this up, and I'll show you that, and that will end this video. All right, guys, I've showed you this before. I will show it to you once again. If I'm slow and steady, I do my total burden on the job divided by 0.6 divisor plus my labor. If I'm busy, I do the same thing, burden, but it's divided by 0.5, gives me a little more profit, and then I add my labor on top. Let me show you how I do that for the 6-zone job that I just loaded up. All right, guys, so your burden is all your parts and equipment, your subcontractors, if you got to use an electrician or something, permits, gas for your truck, etc. Anything that cost you a penny on that project, add it all onto a lump sum. All right, so let's say my total burden on this project with all the things I just showed you is $12,000. I'm going to take that $12,000, divide it by 0.6, that gives me $20,000. Labor, I figure 4 days for me at $100 an hour, $3,200. Helper, 32 hours at $60 an hour, $1,920. We add all 3 of those together, $25,120. And I had no problem selling it at that. So, yeah, that's how you do it. Thanks for watching, guys.